Hello and welcome back to West Brom Fan TV. Now, midweek games right around the corner after an interesting weekend of action in the Championship. Without further ado, let's get into some predictions. Starting off with the Tuesday games. Birmingham City taking on Sheffield Wednesday, first one to talk about. Birmingham got thumped against Coventry. I mean, it really just shows what Coventry have available, what a side they are. Blues didn't really have a sniff. As much as they've got some great quality players and some that, well, many believe that they should really be right there at the top of the table this season, they're just not really gelling well, are they? I mean, it's a good opportunity with the game they've got. Sheffield Wednesday, who are underdogs in whatever game they go to due to the circumstances with the ownership. They got a point at the weekend. I'm more than happy with that. They took the lead against Queen's Park Rangers. QPR are a solid side, so points not a bad result at all for a club that are in turmoil. City 2, Sheffield Wednesday 0. Next up, Blackburn taking on Swansea. Blackburn really are poor, aren't they? Quite cruel how they get their game got abandoned the week before last week against Ipswich. They were winning 1-0. Ipswich down to 10 men. Abandoned in the 72nd minute, I think it was, or something like that, and then made them replay it. Ooh, cruel, bloody cruel. And then the week after, they go and get thumped away at Charlton 3-0. City, slowly trudging along, aren't they, really? I think they drew at the weekend. Bit of dark horse for playoffs, but they're not doing anything crazy at the minute, are they, really? Going for a 0-0 draw. Next up, Bristol City taking on Ipswich. Bristol, they're all right. I think they're in the playoffs still. Slightly poor patch. I think they drew 0-0. Yeah, 0-0 away at Preston. Not a bad point, don't get me wrong. After they flew out the blocks at the start of the season. And they're going to have a tough game against Ipswich. Ipswich are, confidence levels are back up after that 2-0 win at home against Portsmouth. I think it was 2-0 or 2-1. Can't remember, to be fair. But a much needed 3 points for them. Ipswich have all the tools at their disposal. Similar case to what I said about Birmingham, having not a lot of chemistry in the opening games, but they seem like they're gelling after that last game. But yeah, I'm going for Bristol City 1, Ipswich Town 1. Next up is Hull City taking on Preston North End. Hull, another punching bag in the division at the moment. On the Preston side, they're in the playoffs, started the season pretty well. Did draw against Bristol, should I say, at home. But nothing that you're going to really frown at. It's not a bad point. Bristol are a solid side. I think Preston will edge this just because of the quality they've got. I think they're better at the back, seem more organised under Hecky. I'm going for Hull City 0, Preston North End 1. Next up is Leicester City taking on Wrexham. Quite a big fixture. Obviously, I could talk quite a lot about Leicester with seeing them at the Hawthorns. A lot of good attacking quality players. The defence is pretty dreadful, though, to be fair. They were very, very lucky to have a point away at the Hawthorns. Honestly, can't believe how they got it after some of the sitters we missed. Wrexham, on the other hand, yeah, they're picking up slowly now. They're getting points here and there, the odd win. Seems like they're better away from home than they are at home. I think they'll definitely be up for this one. Two teams that can't defend too well, so I'm sure there will be goals. So I'm going for a Desmond. Leicester 2, Wrexham 2. Next up is Middlesbrough taking on Stoke City. Middlesbrough and Stoke, two teams that have really flew at the start of this season. Both right up there. Middlesbrough drawing at Southampton at the weekend, but still sat comfortably in first spot, still unbeaten. Fair play. They're just well organised and they're clinical. That's why they're there. Stoke, similar to Borough, well organised. I don't think they quite have the same attacking threat as Middlesbrough have, but they set up well. Got a good manager in Mark Robins who knows the league like the back of his hand. And I could see these two teams cancelling each other out. Middlesbrough 1, Stoke City 1. Next up is Sheffield United versus Southampton. A bit of a ding-dong, I think, personally. Two of the favourites at the start of the season that have both been slacking. Sheffield United a lot more than Southampton. Saying that, Sheffield United did get off the mark with a 1-0 win against Oxford. It's what they needed. And no matter if it came off someone's arse in the 92nd minute, as long as you're getting 3 points on the board and you're boosting the confidence up, that's all that matters. Southampton, on the other hand, it seems quite weird at that club. It's a solid draw against Middlesbrough at home, but something just seems a bit odd. Will Still, I haven't really spoke about him too much in these videos, but I don't really know if he knows quite what he's doing and if he's got hands on this squad. Was he the right man for the job after coming from the French league and not having crazy amounts of experience in English football? Maybe not. He's definitely made the signings to do a job. He's got the tools at his disposal, just not using them. I want to go for another draw for this one. Sheffield United 1, Southampton 1. Next up is Derby County taking on Charlton. Derby, quite a poor start to the season. I think they've only won one game. And that was against West Brom. Of course it was. They only ever beat us. Draw against Wrexham, though, on Saturday. Brereton Diaz scoring. That's not a bad point, really. Wrexham are probably going to start finding their own now and getting a bit of form. Charlton really came out of nowhere. They're in 7th place now, just outside the playoffs, after beating Blackburn 3-0. Nathan Jones, solid manager. And, I mean, there's a reason that a lot of people thought that Charlton would be safe. I'm going for Derby County 0, Charlton Athletic 1. Next, I think Millwall taking on Coventry City at the Den. Millwall have been okay. Very mid-table form, really. Solid manager in Alex Neil, knows the league, similar to Robbins, who I mentioned before, and Wilder, one of them type of names that you always just see in the Championship. At home, they seem solid. They play horrible football to break down, you know, a nightmare off set pieces, really cause problems. But they're taking on a Coventry City side who are flying. And like I mentioned before in this video, I think they're the best team in this league. With the quality that they've got on the pitch, they've got a solid manager in Frankie Lampard, who seems like he's got a real good feel-good factor at the club. Them players are sensational. I was speaking to one of my mates who was a Cov fan, and he said every time they go to home games, they expect to win now because of how much quality they've got and how well they play. They are unbeaten, just like Middlesbrough. So, yeah, says it all, really. I'm going for Millwall 1, Coventry City 2. Next up is Norwich taking on West Bromwich Albion. Now, Norwich put a good point against Stoke, I think. Going into that game, there might have been maybe slight favourites. It's quite a slow start for Norwich, really. I haven't picked up any real form. The odd nippy win here and there and point, but nothing too crazy. Now, let's speak about the elephant in the room. West Bromwich Albion versus Leicester City on Friday night. First half, Leicester were arguably the better team. Well, they were the better team, actually. If Jordan Ayew would have jumped and won his headers, would have been 2-1 or 3-1 down going into that half-time. Yeah, weren't the greatest. Obviously, a fantastic solo goal from Iliam Jr. Takes on the old team and slides it into the bottom corner. It's a fantastic finish. It's just a shame he's on loan from the Villa, because we're going to get him back next season. We're not going to see nothing of him. In the second half, we were all over him. We were quality. We played so well. We were creating chances. The big elephant in the room is that magic chance. I don't know how he's missed that personally. I think he must have just seen naming lights on his head and thought, oh, it's one moment here, I'm back. And then, yeah, it smacked off someone in Rosehead's head. And now we go away to Norwich, a team which we've got a terrible, terrible record away at. I think Ryan Mason speaking in the Sky Sports interview saying that in our last 2 home games, we've conceded 2 shots on target and conceded both of them. So, personally for me, it's going to be Norwich City 1, West Bromwich Albion 1. Next up is Portsmouth taking on Watford. Results for Pompey lately. Lost again last week, lost the week before Sheffield Wednesday, as you all know. Saying that Ipswich is a hard place to go in their last game. They're taking on a Watford side now, though, who have kind of surprised people. A lot of people wouldn't have thought they'd have picked up as many points as they have. I think it's mainly home form. A lot of people have tipped them to go down. I personally think put them 21st, so just outside. But yeah, they're very reliant on home form. I thought they were doggers against Millwall when I watched them. Absolutely awful. But I'll look at the score sheets for this weekend and they've won. I'm going to go for a draw. Pompey 0, Watford 0. Next up is the final game of the match week, and that is QPR versus Oxford United. Queen's Park Rangers, I speak about him every week, but Gone, one of the most dangerous attacks in the league, they've got him at their disposal, and their home form has been pretty good this season, so they'll be licking their lips at this proposition encounter with Oxford United, who they won away at Bristol and then lost to Sheff United. I'm going to go for QPR 3, Oxford United 1. Richard Gone to score. That rounds off the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed the better camera quality at this moment in time. Don't judge my Christmas t-shirt. Hope the Albion go on you baggies. Yeah, man.